Welcome, friends. We're here. We're two friends, one path, and we are recovered. My name is Jessica, and I am an alcoholic.
Hey, my name's Kathy. I'm an alcoholic.
We're glad y'all are here. We decided to talk about step 4 today.
Whoa, the grueling step 4.
Everyone hates talking about step 4.
I was terrified. Just saying.
I think I was too. I was very terrified. I didn't want to put pen to paper. I didn't want to look at myself. I didn't want to do anything it took to realize where my disease came from.
Exactly. Now, before we get started, as usual, this is solely our opinion. We are not affiliated with any group or program. Our sole purpose is to help others fighting addiction and or alcoholism, and to offer help on how we stay sober. This is 100% raw and real. We do cuss, we do tell war stories, we do cry, we do laugh,
But we do recover 100%.
all right, we're gonna list some numbers at the end of our show. As a matter of fact, Alexa, set timer for 55 minutes, please. All right, we're actually doing this on a Saturday night because I have some plans for tomorrow, and so we will upload it at 3 o'clock. Now, with that being said, Jessica just graduated
Whoop, whoop.
from CARES, and I'm so proud of her.
I'm proud of me. Thank you, though. I had so much support this week that it's been unbelievable. I've had some really good people stand up and help me out, and without you, I couldn't have done it. I've had Kathy and our other good friend Alicia. They showed up to my 4-second graduation. I said 5 sentences, and it was over with.
Yes, but it was amazing to see her and to hear her speak, and it just, yeah.
It's good stuff. I'm really proud. So now I am a certified peer support. And if any of you other people out there who have been working with others and have a desire to help people, it's called CARES. And what we do is we're just mentors to people who have lived experience of this disease. And we have millions of different workplaces, and I'm excited about it. So
I'm excited for you.
it's really awesome. I'm really glad I got the opportunity to do that. There was somebody who sent it to me, and I didn't even know what it was. And I'm so glad that somebody looked out for me and helped me get that position. I'm so excited about
And
it.
they pretty much though had seen us on here and was like, hey,
I think you'd be great at this. And I was like, cool. So now I am a certified addiction peer support empowerment specialist.
yay! And I am going to attempt to do the forensic.
Oh, yes, there is a
Side.
forensic side. Yes, where you get to go in and be a mentor to addicts and alcoholics who are being re-released into society from long stints in the jail.
Yes, and pretty much so.
She does a lot of that already. Kathy
Yeah.
does a lot of service work and goes into the Newton County Jail every Monday night and works with the ladies. And that takes a special person to be able to go and work with ladies of that magnitude and go sit in a jail every week and do the things you do. That you're doing good work, Kathy. I'm proud of you for
I
that.
appreciate it.
Well, let's move to step 4, y'all. I'm going to tell y'all that there is something that drop the rock 6 and 7. I was wrong.
Hold on. Let's read step 4.
Okay.
Step 4 is made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves.
What's the highlighted word there?
Moral and fearless.
Fearless. That means that you have to dig deep and not have any fears about the things that you're going to find within yourself.
You gotta get that damn mirror.
And be like, who am I? What is causing all this pain, guilt, remorse, shame, and these behaviors?
The GSR.
The GSRs, the behaviors that have caused me to do that. What this step does is rid you of the behaviors that continue addiction and alcoholism, such as grief, pain, distractions, distortions, frustration, and you write them down on paper. Your hand's gonna hurt.
Oh, yes. And it's gonna take a while. If you do it in 1 week, you probably didn't do it correctly. I'm just saying.
There are a few parts. What are the parts? What are the steps?
Let's see. There are your sex inventory, your resentment inventory, your fear inventory, your
List of harms done.
list of harms other than sexual. And
The personal assets.
yes, in your daily inventory, that is something ongoing that you do every day. And
That's more like step 11. However,
Yes.
you can lay in bed at night and be like, did I hurt anybody? Was I dishonest, or
Yes.
was I any of those things? Kathy, tell them about it, because she's got a great tool that she uses.
yes, it's called Everything AA app. And what you do is you go to your nightly gratitude and review, add entry, and you can go to review. Was I selfish, dishonest, or afraid? Yes, no. If yes, you push yes and you write it down. Do I owe an apology? Did I keep something to myself which should be discussed with another person at once? Was I kind and loving towards all? What could I have done better? Was I thinking of myself most of the time, or was I thinking of what I could do for others?
What could I pack into the stream of life, and write down anything else below? This should be included in today's inventory.
Sorry guys, this eye started watering.
It's okay.
Yes, and you save this.
And you can go back and look.
And, you know, just save it, go back and look, and you can share it. I have my Spotsies, hey, share this, you know. And it's something that I've went back throughout my recovery to look and say, well, on this day, I was thankful for, or this was my inventory, stuff like that.
It helps with gratitude lists, and it also can help when you get to step 4, because it can remind you of some of the things you were going through.
Yes, yes, because looking on, and I'm just curious, because the year to date, I had a bunch in March of a bunch of gratitude that I'm still grateful for. And it was, at the time, it seemed like it was just shit that was gonna eventually blow up. But now,
Look at where you at on the other end.
yeah.
So the step 4 helps you find the things that lay hidden in your unconscious, and the things that drive you to drink, and we have to rid them of ourselves. It helps people see that they have to change instead of blaming others and their external factors. There are some worksheets, Kathy, if you want to
Yes.
run through some of them and give everybody an idea.
Yeah.
But we don't use those. What do we
We
use?
don't use these. It's just example. We write this down pen to paper, like old school way. We don't text it, we don't type it. You write it down pen to paper. Why do we do that?
Because it actually helps you work through it. It actually helps you think about it.
Yes. So, under your review of resentments, you write down who you're resentful at.
I'm resentful to Kathy because she didn't make enough coffee.
The cause.
She ran out of coffee. I drank it all last week.
It affected my.
Not my self-esteem, not my personal relationships.
It affected our social instinct, security instinct, self-instinct.
No, sex instinct. Sex. S-E-X instinct.
Yeah, I said sex.
I thought you said self.
No, sex.
Okay.
Ambitions. All right. The next step is, what is the exact nature of my wrongs, faults, mistakes, defects, and shortcomings with that resentment?
So not only are you identifying what the problem is, you identify what part of it hurt you and what part you did in it. Now, sometimes you may not have a part. Not every time, though. You may not always. But if you really get self-seeking and get down in there, you're going to find the root of the problem. And I don't know about you, but when I did mine, my problem was me.
Yeah, yeah. And our addiction.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to have 4 columns, okay? Column 1, who you're resentful at. Column 2, the cause. 3, affected my, what part did it affect? Did it affect your social, your security, your sex, or your ambitions? And then column 4 is going to be, what the exact nature? What did you do? What was your part?
Which is the most important part of it, you know, because we can only control us, and we can only control how we react and the things that we do. What you did in the problem is really not the important part. It's
we're
about
just
what
trying
we
to
are.
clean up
Our side of the street. That's 100% correct.
All right, we got a review of fears. Oh Lord.
Okay, the fears is kind of the same. We're gonna run through these pretty quickly because I know it's kind of boring. So, what you're fearful of, why you have the fear, and what does it affect? Parts of you, you know, and what wrongs did you make, and if it affects you. Some people have small ones like snakes and things like that, but good ones would be like.
Well, I had a fear of relapse,
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
and you know, I mean, relapse was a big one for me, and I avoid everything that I can. I avoid stuff because, you know, barbershop.
Yep. If you hang out in a barbershop long enough, you're going to get a haircut. When you hang out, when you go to all these personal places and play things, I have fears about going around the people that I used to be around, Kathy. Like, I'm scared to go to, because I worked in bars for a long time, and I would go to a bar and I was afraid that I would run into maybe one of my old drug dealers, or maybe somebody that I used to party with really hard would show up, and then it wouldn't be nothing for me to think, oh well, this is okay, I can party with them again. Stay in the way.
Avoid the playground.
Playmates and playthings.
Playground, playmates.
So me
playthings.
working in a bar probably wasn't a good idea the whole time. I probably should have stayed away from all those playgrounds that whole time.
Yeah.
Luckily enough, I did not do anything stupid.
Thank God.
However, some people are not that lucky.
And some people just don't want to test it.
No,
Yeah.
no, because that's the thing, you shouldn't. Never ever should you ever try to see how strong you are and think that you can go back to those places, because some people don't live to tell about it.
Say that again for the people in back.
Some people don't live to tell about it.
Y'all hear that?
So,
All right, next one's going to be a review of our sex conduct. Oh my God.
I fucked 5 gorillas.
Only 5? I thought 10.
Did I miss something? Was I sick that day?
Oh yeah. You were sick that day. You
I missed out. So the fun part is when you get with somebody and you have to write down all this. And, you know, honestly,
Somebody meaning your sponsor. That's it.
that's it. And, you know, you have to go through all the people that you had sex with or sexual acts with, and you have to identify if you hurt someone, if you were, you know, being selfish, self-centered. Tell them what all is there on there.
Listen, it's the same thing. I mean, it's the same thing as the others. Social.
Were you
security.
dishonest? Were you inconsiderate, self-seeking, or selfish in any of these situations?
Mhm.
And honestly, I found that most of mine were just because they weren't anything that I was trying to find love in.
No.
That's just honest. A lot of my situations, all 2 of them, were me, you know, just living out my addiction and making bad decisions.
And, you know, a lot of people that, you know, we have a lot of firsts after we get sober. We have our first holidays, our first time going to a place that
Concerts, Braves games,
Yeah.
weddings, any of these things.
we have our first. And a lot of times, you know, we're all adults here, so at least you and I. I mean, we fucked 15 gorillas between the
2 of us, I
so-
think we're good. Yeah,
Or was 5 of them the same?
maybe.
All right.
We might need to cross some names. out.
Cross-reference.
Yeah. Okay.
And the reason we say that is because, and we're done, but whenever somebody comes to you and they're like, I don't want to really tell you everybody that I slept with, our thing is, what we tell them is, well, if you tell me you fucked 5 gorillas, I fucked 10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
To make people feel a little bit better about it, because honestly, if you've done it, I've done it, and there's nothing that you've never done that I've done, and it's kind of weird. I don't know. I mean, even though my sponsor is supposed to be one of my best friends, it's weird for me to tell them everything I did sexually and throughout my whole life, but it's necessary.
Yeah. And full disclaimer, we really didn't fuck 15 minutes.
Just one.
Alright.
So here we go.
Alright, so, and you're gonna have your first relationship after.
That's a scary one.
Well, yeah, because, I'm in a new relationship.
I know, it's awesome, isn't
And
it?
we have not went down that road yet.
That's a good thing, Kathy.
And we are waiting until we are ready because we want our relationship built off of something more than just sex.
There you go. Say that again.
We want our relationship built off of something more than just sex.
Because what did you do in your addiction? Anything you fucking wanted, and it didn't matter.
eating and everything.
And it did not matter.
Yeah, so, there's people like, y'all been dating, y'all. No, we haven't.
And y'all actually go on dates together, right?
Yeah,
There's no Netflix and chill, huh?
no,
Good for you.
no
Good for
Netflix
you.
and chill.
That's awesome. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I think that y'all will have a wonderful relationship that's built on meaningful things other than a bunch of bullshit. Because, I know that in my addiction, being in a meaningful relationship was nowhere near where I was. I didn't really think anything about that. I just thought more about getting high and having somebody to get high with.
Well, most of us do. We're just in it to get whatever we want out of it.
That's right.
And then not even remember what we done the next day.
Lots of times.
It's like,
Or
well,
maybe not even talk to that person again.
yeah.
It is what it is, and that's just the dirty part of addiction and alcoholism. But no, that is great that you are waiting to do something like that, because what you're trying to do is build something that is worth it,
Yeah.
and build on a good foundation.
And you know what? We are in no hurry.
Good for
We
you.
are enjoying each other's company.
There you go.
And,
That's what it's supposed to be, Kathy. I'm proud of you for that. That's amazing.
Yeah, and then review of harms other than sexual.
So that would be stealing my sister's jewelry and saying that somebody else did it.
Yeah. There's a but.
So that all goes back to the same thing. Who did I hurt? Why did I hurt? How far did I hurt? And
Four
what was
columns.
all the same. So in doing this, you have to really dig into yourself, and you really have to be honest and fearless, and from the very start. You have to be, what is it? The word from the very start. You have to be rigorously honest. Yes, and you have
Painstaking.
to painstaking. Thank you, and put pen to paper. So this is what I tell my sponsees when they get ready to do this. I tell them before they start writing to always pray. Talk to their higher power and ask their higher power for guidance, and for peace, and for them to remind them of things and bring things to their attention, and to help them through the process. When you start writing, if you come across something that's bothersome or that you think could potentially send you out or make you really, really, really emotional, I tell them to stop and to put the pencil down and to pray about it and call me or another person in the program.
Yes.
And to take their time, because
This is not a race.
No, it's
You're
not a
gonna
race.
be doing it forever.
and it's going to open a lot of wounds.
It did. It did with me.
I
It
know it did.
opened a lot of wounds that I did not want. Well, who wants their wounds open? But I did not want to face.
Did you find any that you didn't expect?
Yes.
You will. You're going to find some that you forgot about. You're going to find some you don't expect. I say for like the first month that you, even past the first month, carry around a piece of paper and pen in your purse, because you're going to remember them throughout the day and be like, oh, dang, that one. And you make sure you write it down, because if not, you're going to get home and you're going to forget what it was.
Yep. I carry notebooks with me all the time, and I'll add people. If they eat my lunch, they going on my list.
It's called fourth stepping someone.
Yes. Fourth step at someone.
And you can do a fourth and fifth step anytime. So like, let's say she's having a problem with somebody at work and they're driving her nuts. She can go sit down and write about this and fourth step it, and then she can turn around and call me and say, hey, I got to fifth step this to you. And I'll come and sit with her and
What is
we'll go
the
through.
fifth step, you ask?
Oh, good question. It is admitted to God, to ourselves, and another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. So that means not only what to tell what we did, is how we did it, who we did it to, why it affected us, who it affected, and what part of us it affected. And we have to go through every dang piece of it with someone else, which we're not going to touch on that today because
That's a long process. It
Yeah.
really is. When somebody eats your lunch and you let them eat your lunch, you know, you got to write that shit down. You've got, whenever I go out the door, I don't take nothing with me. Whenever I come back, I don't take nothing with me. That is the glorious thing about how we live our lives.
explain that to them.
Well, you know what? Nothing that people do, I'm like, okay, A, can I control it?
No.
But the glorious thing is I have the wisdom now to know, I'm not letting you in to my peace circle.
There you go.
You know, I don't let people, places, things affect my
Other
Peace.
people, place, and things are not contingent upon my happiness or my peace or my serenity these days. I try. I'm not perfect, okay? Don't get me wrong.
Really?
No, I'm not. I'm not perfect at all.
Me
You know,
neither.
I've got a couple of friends I call and they're like,
I've seen that shit coming a mile away, Jessica.
Mhm. So I do have problems. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not perfect, but it is a way of life that helps.
Yeah, and it's a way of life for anyone. Anyone. Not just one thing, one program. It's the steps for anything.
What does that say? The 12
Oh,
steps?
no, it's
for
back.
It
It's
don't matter.
backwards.
I don't care if it's backwards or forwards. It's the 12 steps for anyone. And anybody can do them because guess what? Everybody deserves peace. Everybody deserves happiness. Everybody deserves serenity and love and all of those good things. And when you
Live by
the principles and live by the program, you get nothing but that.
exactly.
There's no reason you should have anything but that if you actually painstakingly do the program.
Painstakingly.
Do the program. So, step 4. Let's see.
I'm gonna give you some words while Jessica is looking up some stuff.
Go ahead.
These are glossary of words used in step 4 and 5. Exact. That means methodical, correct, and very accurate. Okay? If you're gonna sit there and lie about something, you're just holding yourself back. Because if you have a good sponsor, that sponsor's gonna keep his or her fucking mouth shut. You know?
The only purpose I had in Kathy's 4th and 5th step was just the other person on the other end that had to hear it. That's it. That's the only purpose that I served. It's not for me. It was for her.
Yes.
I honestly, I know this is gonna hurt Kathy's feelings. I don't remember any of it.
Good.
I really don't. I was there to guide Kathy through and say, what do you see here? Did this part of you get affected? Okay. Did this part of you get affected? And then to hug her when it was over. And the rest of it had nothing to do with me and it's none of my business.
Exactly.
So that's for you sponsors out there that are getting ready to do your first 5th step with someone. Your job is to guide them through it, help them identify their part, and to leave it where you heard it. Because
And leave it in the room.
nothing had anything to do with me.
Period.
That's right, you don't take it with you.
You don't take it with you. Alright, another one is wrong. Okay. Acting, judging, or believing incorrectly. Okay? Let's see, what's another one? What's another good
Mistake.
one? To understand
Or perceive wrongly.
There's been so much of that. You know, there for a while, people actually thought, and this was a funny story. I had finally gotten out after being sick and being in the hospital and stuff like that. And me and my girlfriend Joyce went to a Mexican restaurant. And for the life of me, I don't know what so-and-so saw. But it was rumored that I was with a gray-haired lady, which she does have gray hair, or white hair, and that there was bottles on our table. And I was like, no, I think Joyce was drinking water and I was drinking Diet Coke. And the only thing I could figure was, at some point, the waiter must have come by and had a tray and set it on the table to get our plates. I couldn't figure it out, but the next time, she and I go to meet, and we go to Olive Garden, and it was new in Covington, and there was like an hour and a half wait. And I was like, God, I gotta get back and cook dinner for the husband, and I got this to do, and it just so happens to be there, like, you can go up to the bar and sit.
Yeah, you don't have to wait there.
And so I did. Well, next thing you know, a bartender, we just happened to be right at the bartending spot, the well. She's over there pouring wine into glasses and then walking over and putting them to people. They're doing it right in front of us. Right?
Somebody's
Abby's
talking.
at the bar.
Somebody's talking, yeah.
So then, the next time I get out, I go with my niece Haley. We go to the first Mexican restaurant that somebody saw me and Joyce. And I'm telling her about this. And I'm like, girl, every time I go out, there's somebody somewhere that
People need to mind their own
is
business.
seeing something.
Mm-hmm.
She's over there, she's drinking water, I'm drinking my Diet Coke, we're eating. There's only a handful of people, because this was like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. And she asked for some lemons. And I'd be damned if they didn't bring it over in a damn shot glass. And Haley was like, oh, hell no, not on my watch. And she dumped that shit.
She's
took
a
it up
mess.
to the
I love
bar.
Haley. She don't even play,
She
does
was
she?
like, not on my watch. She dumped them damn limes and went. And I was like, see, exactly what I'm talking about.
But you know, the
I'm
one
sorry, a
thing-
margarita glass.
Let me-
That's what it was.
Let me tell everybody something though, and this is for some of you too who have lived this life, and people want to always say, oh, but they're drinking, but they're drinking, but they're drinking, but they're drinking. Let them talk. It's not, your recovery is no one else's business. I've lived the life of both. I've had people say, oh, well, she's a bartender, she has to be drinking, or she's this, or she's, you know what? It's not their business what I'm doing, and it's not my business what they're thinking about me. I tell Kathy all the time, what other people think about her is none of her business.
Exactly.
And you know what that does? That saves me the mental strength of having to feel and think what other people think of me is my business. It doesn't matter.
As I've said many a times, I have 0 fucks to give.
Mhm.
I'm fresh out of them. I mean, I ran out of them like a few years ago. So people that talk about me and say, oh, I saw her here, I saw her there. Okay. Because trust me, whenever I say, you would know.
At the end of the day,
You would know.
I know that when I go to bed, I'm sober.
Yep.
I know that when I'm praying at night, I'm sober, and I'm praying for you, the one that talks about me. And I'm hoping that God blesses you, and that, you know, maybe you figure out what's making you so unhappy too.
Amen.
Let's move
Amen.
forward.
Yeah.
Okay, next. So, what else we got? Shortcoming. That's a good one.
All right. Falling short of what is expected or required. Same as a defect.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. I have a lot of shortcomings. My biggest one is trust. I have a huge trust issue.
Yes.
Trust is a huge.
Something you got to work on, and that's something we'll get to when we get to that step with each person. And when each of us have shortcomings, and the list is lengthy. I don't care who the hell you are, okay? And none of them are good. And they're, to me, just like sins. They're all the same, okay?
Yeah.
Not one worse than the other. And we work on them one at a time, one day at a time, and ask God to remove them from us. And, you know,
See, that's what I have a problem with, because I have been such a trusting person Oh, you didn't do that? Okay, I believe you. But anybody who knows me and knows kind of what I do for a living and stuff like that, I can read somebody within 10 minutes after. I know they're telltales, but I really wanted to believe that everybody was good and nobody lied. And I mean, even sitting there looking at it,
You know, I wanted to see the good in everyone too and believe that there has to be good in this world, and all that did was get me hurt. I wanted to say that I wanted to believe, because I'm not perfect, but that I tried to be good all the time, so I thought everybody else should too.
exactly.
And so all that did was set me up to have a lot of pain that I have to fourth and fifth step. So from now on, I trust but verify. Trust but verify.
Check others' motives.
Check my own damn motives. Others' motives are not my important.
I bet check our
Yeah,
motives.
check our
I'm
motives.
I'm sorry.
Yes, you're right.
I was reading what your top of your screen said.
Check our own, because
motives.
we're only responsible for what we do. And
Yes.
the best part about that is that on our fourth and fifth step, that's all we're responsible to clear the side of the street.
I
on.
can't tell you how many times she's like, Kathy, check your motives.
Check your motives.
Check your motives. And I'm like, shut up.
Everything is
Shut up.
always self, okay? I'm going to tell everybody. Self is always motive. It doesn't matter if it's even down to taking care of your own kids, because you couldn't live with yourself if something happened to your kids. So everything boils down to self, but there are good self motive.
And, you know, we were selfish with our drinking, and
And,
now
yeah.
we have to be selfish with our sobriety, our serenity, our peace.
We have to guard it with all we have.
Because I'll tell you, like I've told you a million times, nobody can take it from you, but
Right.
you can
Give
give it
it.
to them.
Mhm.
Here, you made me
And
relapse.
today there is nobody worth giving it to. I can't think of a person
I
on this
can't.
planet.
I can't either.
Not even the gorilla I had last night.
Man, you didn't tell me. Yeah,
Anyway,
there's nobody out in this world that is worth me saying, here, I'm going to relapse, and that way I'm giving you the power, I'm giving you my sobriety, I'm giving you my serenity, I'm giving you my peace. No, Kathy, don't roll that way.
no, there's nobody worth that. And that's what this program helps us realize and understand.
And
Is
that's
it-
what we're trying to help you realize, understand.
You are
There's-
worth the work.
You are worth it. You just have to take the time to love yourself.
That's key,
I had
number
to
one.
be alone in this house for months and learn to love myself and learn I am worthy.
Kathy, I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna say it in front of anybody listening. Kathy has been a wonderful sponsee, and I'm gonna tell you because Kathy has listened. Kathy has done the things necessary, has yet to question really anything I've suggested. She's doing it, and I'm getting to watch her like grow within herself. And like if all these 900 other people I have worked with had just done things that Kathy's doing and just put forth the effort, they'd be living the fruit. I'm so proud of all this stuff that you're doing.
I'm proud of us.
Girl, we are working it. And now look where we are today. Now we're helping other people do what we did.
Yes. And hopefully, you know,
They
they'll
see
do
something.
the same thing,
They
because
see
all you
something.
have to do is hear one thing and you're like, hold on, I'm kind of like that. You know? Yeah, I've thought that. Or, yeah, I drank like that.
Identified one thing.
Yep.
I
I drank
identified.
like that because I thought I was a special alcoholic. I thought I was special.
Nope.
Nobody drank like me.
Mm-mm.
I went
Garden.
into rehab thinking nobody drank like me. I'm a garden variety.
I didn't think people ate as many pills as I ate.
Yeah, you're garden variety.
I'm the
You're
same.
not special.
I'm not a snowflake or a butterfly or any
We're
of that
not
bullshit.
special.
Mm.
Because at the end of the day, I've had people call me and say, well, you don't understand. I drink 18 beers a day. And I'm like, and? I mean,
And what's your point?
what,
Mm-hmm.
do you think that's a lot? I mean, because if you do, maybe you do need to get help. but it's almost like a bragging thing. And that's why I don't really talk too much about the amount I drink,
Or what you drank.
you know.
I don't think anybody has even ever heard it come out of your mouth what you drank. I only know because I knew you then. You have described it, but you have not said, not once that I can think of, the name.
I don't even like to think about it,
Good for you.
you know.
Are y'all listening to this?
I don't
Like,
even-
listen, like she doesn't even identify it anymore.
Yeah, no. I will say,
Now, there's things that have looked or smelled like things that have been here that she has had me check before she has used, like
Yes,
candles and things like that, to avoid the reminder, which I think is really smart.
And there's, if I'm eating at a potluck, I have a friend, hey, taste
Taste
this
that.
dessert and tell me if it has,
This in it.
yeah.
And guess what? That's really smart. I've never ever thought about doing that. And
Yes.
that's FYI to any of you people who may use or drink anything like that has a distinct smell or taste or things like that, to avoid those things that could remind you of it.
Yes, I avoid it. And I'm just going to say, I'm not going to say the name of it or anything, but cinnamon.
Mm-hmm.
I avoid that shit like the damn plague. I don't even go shopping at Christmas time because they got the damn trees out, the little things and
Oh God,
whistles,
yes,
yada
yes,
yada
yes.
yada. That shit's just, I'm like, nope, not today, not today. And you know, there was one time I had taken some donut holes somewhere, and there was a few left, and I wasn't thinking about it, and I popped one in my mouth because I got a variety.
Was it that
pack.
powdered cinnamon one? Oh God.
And I literally, like, I was like, I mean, it burned.
Made you sick, didn't it?
It burned.
You know,
going
I
down
think
my
that's a
throat.
really good thing, though. It says that the book says that you will recoil from it as if it's a hot flame. That sounds like recoiling to me.
And that shit was fun. I'm just saying.
It
Yeah.
It sounds
yeah.
like recoiling to me.
And you know what? It really did. It hurt going down. And I'll never forget saying, God, if I didn't have a burning desire before, I do now. But
no
it,
pun, motherfucking intended.
Yeah. No pun. But it hurt going down. And my instinct was, I just messed up. I just messed up. But I had to quickly check myself. I had to make sure my mind was okay. That I was in a good place. And it just so happened I was in the best place I could be in.
Good.
And I'm not going to say groups or anything like that because we're not affiliated with any groups, but it just so happened I was at a
You were around
safe,
other addicts and alcoholics at the time.
I was safe.
Good.
And I quickly come home. Well, after I sit there and drank a bunch of coffee and spit it out, and you know, I got the taste out of my mouth, and yeah, I knew.
That's serious if you're ready to gargle hot coffee, get it out of your mouth.
Bye, sweetie. Yeah, it was. I was like, and whenever I tell you that it brought back memories. So many bad memories. And that's just a road that,
I think that sometimes is a gift. If you want to know the truth, those small reminders at the time suck. But I think that those small reminders are gifts, like to remind us of what we don't want.
well,
You know?
and two, you know, there's a lot of times I may be in an area and Jessica knows, I'll call her, say, hey, I'm at so-and-so. And she will talk to me until she pulls up and hears the 4-digit code on my door.
Yes.
Don't stop nowhere.
Nope. Nope.
If
And it's
you-
okay to call for help, y'all. This is the best thing. There are people who are in this program who want to help you and will answer the phone. And if somebody's at work, dial the next number. Somebody will help you. It's called a network of people, and we love you. If y'all personally have my number, use it.
Yeah,
Use it.
Same.
Mhm.
Even if you're just like, hey, you know what? I'm about to pass my old playground. I need somebody to talk to. And I will sit there and I'll be like, if I hear a ding ding of your door opening, you best believe
Mm-hmm.
I'll come find your ass.
Dialing the phone is the hardest thing sometimes. It's like a brick. It weighs 1,000,000 pounds to pick up that phone and say, hey, I need help. And I understand that because nobody wants to admit that they're weak. And nobody wants to admit.
Well, it goes back to the first 2 steps.
Mhm.
You know,
We don't want to admit that shit, but you know what? It can save your life if you just pick up the phone and tell somebody you need them, you know?
yeah, because step 1, we admitted we were powerless over alcohol.
We have to work step 1 and step 2 every day. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I have to admit it. I have to say, God, take this, and I have to let him take it. If I don't, I'm right back where I started.
Because if us as alcoholics, addicts, we want to put our finger right there. Trust issues, and that's my big. I'm working on them. That and anger.
Ooh, the anger. Ooh, girl.
I am so much better than I used to be. I have
Ooh,
not
girl.
hit anybody in years. I take credit.
You're doing good. I'm really proud of
I'm
you.
really-
You've been through some things recently that I really thought you might lose your shit, but you haven't. You've held it together.
Yeah, I mean, I have not swung a punch. I've not been hit. Or
You haven't
swung
even
a
really
punch.
told me that you wanted to hit anybody lately
No,
either.
no.
It's been good. Look at the program working. Look at it working. So I'm going to read something. It says, another suggestion for taking inventory is that we review in writing our desires, thoughts, motives, and actions in terms of that old standby set of human feelings, the 7 deadly sins. These are pride, greed, lust, anger, gluttony, envy, and laziness. Though many of us do not like the word sin, we might like to think of them as character defects, and we might as well add fear to the list. If we do this honestly, we will probably find that fear underlies all the other defects. Pride is fear of humility. Greed is fear of wanting, not having enough, and lust is often motivated by fear of rejection. Did y'all hear that? Listen to this again. Pride is fear of humility. Greed is fear of wanting, not having enough, and lust is often motivated by fear of rejection.
That's deep words.
That's some deep ass shit right there.
That's some deep ass shit.
But I'm gonna tell you, it's true.
It is.
100% true. Like, look, I'm gonna tell y'all. I had to humble myself when I walked in.
Before you crumble.
I had to humble myself walking into this program because I was Jessica motherfucking Shaw. And yeah, and I was me, and I did what the hell I was gonna do all the time, and I wasn't gonna be anybody but what I was, and I humped bar rails and acted a fool, and I did all the crazy stuff that I did, and there wasn't gonna be anybody that told me any different.
Hell no.
And so I had to humble myself to realize that I was just an addict that needed help, and that if I didn't get this help, I was gonna die. And that I was no different from anybody else in that room, and that I needed God in my life, and I needed to ask him for help. And
Yes.
if I don't, I'm going to die. And that's where the real humility comes in, is asking for help and realizing that
You need it.
that you not only do you need it, but you're worth getting it too.
Yes. Because a lot of us, we know we need it. We're not ready. I've always said rock bottoms have 2 T's, trampolines and trapdoors.
That's right.
And you know what? I found that trampoline. I was looking for a trapdoor, but I found that trampoline.
Praise God you
instead.
did. You're sitting here today with me, changing lives.
Yeah.
Did you
Even if
think
it-
that was going to happen?
Hell no.
Did you think you were ever going to be sitting here with me and sharing coffee
Hell
and
no.
telling somebody else how to find a trampoline?
No.
But guess what you are? You're doing it. And
I thought I was going to go to rehab and they were going to teach me how to drink responsibly.
Mhm.
I thought
I thought I was going to be taught how to be a lady because everybody knows I wasn't one.
I was like, they'll teach me how to just drink 1 pint a day instead of,
How'd that go?
they said, bitch, you can't drink at all.
And what did you think when they told you that?
I got draws older than you. You ain't gonna tell me what to do, little kid.
So what I'm hearing you saying is you didn't believe what they were saying was going to be true for you, and that
Nope.
you weren't going to be able to not drink, and that there was a life on the other side of the rainbow.
Nope.
What did you find?
I found that had I not went for my 90 for 90,
What's 90 for 90?
90 for 90 is 90 meetings in 90 days after rehab.
And what did you find?
That the people were saying, no, you can never drink again. And still I was like, yeah, bunch of coal, you know. And then I started listening to Joe and Charlie.
It changed your mind, didn't it?
Changed my mind.
Your attitude.
I was like, holy shit. And then I started listening to different podcasts of recovery. I started, you know, finding this network of people that's like, yeah, no, you can't drink, not once.
You found the similarities and not the differences in the people you were talking to and listening to.
Because I was sitting there thinking, I'll be okay. All I gotta do is go to this 35-day program, get a little, you know, get it out of my system,
Get a break.
and then, you know, maybe go back to just drinking beer instead of liquor. And that was my mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And did I get out of rehab saying, oh, I'm gonna go drink? No. But I was still relapsing mentally.
Do you think 35 days was really long enough?
For me it was, because I was ready to kill some people. I mean, I'm just saying, I've said it before, I don't like people, and I like them in doses, but you put them, would I go back if I needed to? Absolutely. Great. But at the time, you got to consider I was over age 50. I was there with a bunch of young kids, and it was hot as freaking hell.
It was right in the middle of summertime when you went.
You know, I spent 4th of July there, and, you know, and nobody knew I'd win except for the husband, Jessica, and one other person. I mean,
That was it. That's all he knew.
that was it. And nobody.
Now look at Kathy out loud.
Yeah.
You know, I'll never forget. Kathy and I have been friends a long time. Everybody knows this. And Kathy and I have had conversations throughout the last 20 years of our friendship. But one of the ones that I remember the most, Kathy called me one night and she was like, Jess, I've been seeing that you got sober and I want to know something. And I was like, what? She's like, how did you do it? And I started kind of telling her, and she's like, but wait, I got one question. I was like, what? She was like, you're not telling anybody, are you? And I said, tell anybody what? And she was like, that I'm asking you this. And I said, no, why? And she stumbled around for the first 20 minutes of the conversation and finally told me that the person that was drinking was her. And she was like, I don't want anybody to know my business. And I said, Kathy, I will never tell anybody your business. And she was like, thank God. And so for what, how long? Probably about 8 or 9 months, you know, through you going up and down and back and forth a few times.
A little over a year.
That I knew that
It was over a year.
that Kathy had a drinking problem and didn't tell a soul. And
I didn't think nobody else knew. Because the only place I went was home,
right,
where I was here with just husband, and work. And I was convinced they didn't know.
You can't see me. Well, nobody did know unless Kathy let them know. But the thing was that I'll never forget. I wasn't on Facebook for a long time, and I heard that Kathy had made a very, very heartfelt post that I had to see. And I went on and watched this 20-minute post of Kathy sitting right where we're sitting right now and telling the world her story and her truth. And it wasn't rehearsed. It wasn't fake. It was very real. And I was so proud of her because she had been so secretive the whole time. And she finally was like, look, I want to help somebody. Please listen. Like, if
New
you,
Year's Eve last year.
yep, she's like, if you drink, I want to tell you I love you, and like I can help you if you listen. And since the day that happened, I believe that Kathy jumped into recovery head first and never looked back another second, and has really, really loved it. The only reason I'm sitting here today is because Kathy came to me and said, Jessica, I want to help people. And I was like, what do you want to do? And she was like, let's do a podcast. And I said, yes, let's do it. And so this was Kathy's baby. This is Kathy's whole deal. Kathy came up with this. Kathy tells us what we're doing. Kathy, I arrange who comes on, but Kathy makes all the decisions. This is Kathy's show. I'm just here. And I'm grateful for it because I get an opportunity to help others like I like to too.
She lives to help others.
Look, so many of us, when we get sober, we want to run and yank everybody off bar stools and be like, come with
Be
us.
like a Bill W. Come on!
Come on, we can do this. We can all do this together.
We can save you. No.
But this is the right way to do it. And
all we could do, we can't save you. You save yourself. All we can tell you is how we
did it.
how we do it.
Do it every day. Mm-hmm.
You know, what we did, how we got sober,
Mm-hmm.
clean.
And how we stay that way.
Exactly. And if anybody thinks that this is for any other purpose, because to my knowledge, we don't really spread rumors, except for that gorilla.
Only the gorilla.
Only the gorilla.
Mhm.
And y'all are the only ones that know about the gorilla.
So don't tell anybody else.
Don't tell me.
Um,
We don't talk about personal issues.
Mm-mm.
We don't talk about things that we should not put out. You know, we tell our lives on how we do
We are
it.
trying to help other people through personal experience, and
Yes,
that's it.
that's
and
it.
That's all we want to do, because I remember, and I know Kathy does too, being absolutely miserable and wishing that there was an answer, and we didn't know there was an answer because so many people are so afraid to talk about it. And it's almost cliche for people, and that's why I understand Alcoholics Anonymous, and I love Alcoholics Anonymous, but it's still anonymous. I'm no longer anonymous. Okay, I'm out here. I mean, I am Jessica and I'm an alcoholic, but I'm still, like, I'm here. I want you to know that I love you, and I'm no longer anonymous. If there's something you need to know, y'all send us a message.
Yeah, and just some FYI, speaking of messages and all that, and I'll go through it quickly because we got to give out some numbers. I am retiring the Facebook account. Our friend, she's a genius. She's in the kitchen right now.
Another alcoholic.
Another clean, sober alcoholic. She is gonna be taking over some of the
load for us.
The load of Facebook.
She's going to be helping
She's
us
a
answer
genius.
questions. She's going to help us answer questions and get back to y'all faster. We love y'all. We haven't been able to get back to all of you right yet, so she's going to be able to help us answer some of y'all's
and
questions.
we're still going to be on there, but she is going to be able to edit, because this is a lot on us. You know, not many people know, but we have full-time jobs. You know,
Full-time families.
my
Full-time.
kids are grown. You know, but full-time jobs, and you run around with kids, young kids. I have jail, Spotsy.
Sponsor.
Meeting. You know,
Your own
sponsor.
shit you're doing every day.
And I don't think people realize. And also, you know, concert season's coming up for me and Jessica. So that's going to be another thing. We're going to be
If y'all happen to come to Chastain, come see us. We'd love to see y'all.
Yeah, that's another thing that people's like, oh, this is an easy thing. And no, really it's not. It's
So we're handing this
Time
off
sinking.
to a actually really good friend in recovery, and she's going to help us out. And we're super proud of her, and she's now going to, if she wants to be known who she is, we'll let y'all know at another point, but she's going to be coming on, so y'all help us.
if she wants to be known, she can say her name.
We're bringing her on to help, so y'all help us thank her. Oh, you want to come say?
Come on. Come have a seat.
You can pray with us tonight. So we're
Yes.
gonna read some numbers. Everybody say, hey, this is our friend here. It's Miss Alicia.
Alicia.
She's gonna be taking over our pages and helping us out. So let's read some numbers.
There you go.
All right, we got a helpline. It's 1-800-662-HELP. That's 1-800-662-4357. Findtreatment.gov. You can find that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We have a Kratom helpline at 866-210-1303. The suicide crisis line is 988. And we now have a new CARES warm line. It's 8:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. It's 1-844-326-5400. That puts you in touch with a real CARES professional that can help you find whatever need you have at the time, and they will answer the phone and guide you towards whatever need you have. It's a real person. It's not going to be anything like that. So you can call and talk to a peer and talk to someone that learned what I learned this week. So here we go. Ready to pray? Come on. We all hold hands. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Amen.
Y'all keep coming back. We love y'all.
And if no one tells you today that they love you,
we do.